every year, the FDA and the federal government and our politicians and the health administrations on the state level, local, city, nationwide, remind us about our environment and the diseases such as coronavirus and all kind of viruses that develop out of the blue sometimes, it seems, and no one knows where it comes from. But this right here, syringe, is just sitting here in the woods next to the sneaker, which is not too far from 5th Avenue where I walk to school every day. And I seen some kids playing by that abandoned building by where I shot that video, Gangster Girls, about gold teeth. But anyhow, long story short, they were asking me, hey man, how do you get into that building? I said I wouldn't go in that building because then you'd be trespassing. And they were trying to persist, and I said, I didn't block them from getting the building, but I told them to go. And then, it was just a little black boy and a little white girl, approximately around like 13 or 14 years old, maybe even 12 or 11. But you see 1, 2, 3 needles. And this ain't no Skid Row. This is America. This is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But this is the woods. This is not the concrete jungle. It's not far, but this is the woods. It's sad that, you can't even sit down. Imagine if somebody sat down on a needle and they were a kid and they had some dope in it, all of a sudden they're a basehead. If you're interested in helping me hang up signs in the woods and also clean up this, join Parent Group Confidential. Even an adult, I can keep my balance as long as I can keep my balance. But, every now and then I fall or I stumble, I get back up. But I'm fortunate because I don't land on a needle, but not every day is a fortunate day. So, keep running. And also vote to help me become a forensics officer for Pittsburgh Police Department so I could collect these and not only examine them for the traces of criminals that are wanted fugitives, but to separate the footsteps of people like me that just go hiking that these needles don't belong to. Everyday Pittsburghers. We drop stuff, keys, cell phones, random stuff that could connect you to a crime. It's not just because of that. It's because I'm pretty sure a lot of Pittsburghers, they miss hiking in the woods. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have the certificate, or the bachelor's degree to be infantry, but they have enough certification to be a forensics. So, you're welcome to join any of my groups. This is how diseases come from. This is where stuff like coronavirus comes from. That's all. Just want to show you some, the hard work that I've done that I'm proud of. And the reason why I call 911, and sometimes the reason why I don't, because sometimes it seems like it doesn't matter to some people. Today I was showing this public safety blotter to an officer, a sergeant by the name of Sergeant, what's his name? Mitchell. I seen him in Oakland earlier today. 12-year-old missing boy, young black boy. In Shady Side, I think it says, I don't know. The SVU detectives are looking for him, special victims. There's another assault in Oakland. I also showed him a forensic support services contract. So this is me supporting a detective who would be more so an expert in forensics. If you know anybody, if you're a detective out there, and you think that my 69% is good enough for me to be a free intern, by license I can, but I feel I'm going to take the class. I'm already taking the class over again and I'm studying it. I have contracts. I never leave home without them. I keep them with me all the time. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in riding around in anybody's car like the movie Training Day with Ethan Hawke. But, you know, I'll do some footwork for you. And definitely I'm not interested in going deep cover or going undercover. But lab work, yeah, I'm interested in that. And hanging up signs like this, no problem. I'm interested in finding students to help. You know, I do, as you can see, I've been applied. I've been in police academy. I've been a code compliance officer, self-employed. I've been, you know, received to speak at city council. I haven't arrived there on time. I haven't actually made it to any of them, but I'm due to speak there this week, and I would like for you to join me. I have petitions on change.org that you can find under my government name on Facebook. And I'm just going to hang up this sign right here. You know, just to show you that anybody could do it. You don't have to have all the skill sets in the world. You just have to be a good Samaritan and want to help people. And we can start our own little support group for people that just want something to do. Or for people with a higher skill set who are under the age of 37. If you're interested in joining the Navy, I pass these out, not because I'm a Navy recruiter, I am not. I do not work for the DEA, I do not work for the CIA, I do not work for the FBI. I do not work for Pittsburgh Police. I do not work for any law enforcement officer or agency whatsoever. I'm not in the military. I do not impede, I do not oppose. I see no urgency, I feel no emergency, all cars are walking right along, I am guard. Self-employed bodyguard, security officer, self-employed forensic police officer, self-employed marine biologist. I'm ready to serve. It is 7:19 p.m. June 14th, 2025. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, won't you be mine? I hereby pledge to speak sparingly, to act not to argue, to be an authority through personal presence, to correct without nagging, to speak with the calm voice of certainty, To see everything, to know what is significant and what not to notice, to be neither insensitive nor to distress, nor so distracted by pity as to miss what must elsewhere be seen. To do that which is neither unkind nor self-indulgent in its misplaced charity. Never to abuse the impulse the tongue lash, that silent insolence which in time past could receive the lash. To be both firm and fair, to know I cannot be fair simply by being firm, nor firm simply by being fair. To support the reputation of associates and confront them without anger, should they stand short of professional conduct, to reach for the knowledge of continuing mysteries, of human motivation, to think, always to think, to be dependable, to be dependable. First to my charges and my associates, thereafter to my duty as employee and a citizen. To keep fit, to keep forever alert, to listen to what is meant as well as what is said with words and with silences. To expect respect from my charges and my superiors, yet to never abuse one for abuses from the other, for 8 hours each working day, to be an example of the person I could be at all times, to increase and notice on this act, to cultivate patience under boredom and calm during confusion, to understand the wire of every order that I take to give, to hold freedom among the highest values, though I deny it to those I guard, to deny it with dignity, that on my example they find no reason to lose their dignity, to be prompt, to be honest with all who practice deceit, that they should not find in me reason to lose, find in me excuse for themselves, to privately face down my fear lest I not signal it, to privately cool my anger that I not displace it on others, to hold in confidence what I see and which I hear, which by the telling could harm or humiliate to no good purpose, to keep my outside problems outside, to leave inside that which is stay inside, to do my duty. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I love my flag, my beautiful flag, my shining gold and blue. I love my flag, my beautiful flag, my shining red, white, and blue. Not guilty.